is I'll probably go mobile and I'll have 2 icons, okay?
Cool. Let's do it. All right. So, Aaron, great to meet you. One of the first things that stood out to me was that you have this name, All D's Knobs, and I was wondering, is this related to some kind of musicianship that you're into? Or
Yeah, since I've lived in Portland, Oregon in 2001, I caught on to the theory of frequency healing music.
Right on.
And, yeah, because of the naturopathic schools there. And somebody approached me because I've always been a sound engineer, music production artist, sound recording engineer. Had a student that from a naturopathic school that was writing a thesis on the sound healing process, and she didn't know anything about the audio side of it. So she talked to me. We swapped notes. Here I am a long time later.
Okay, right on. Yeah, well, that's something we have in common because I went to audio engineering school in Seattle, Art Institute.
Cool.
I've been doing production since I was in 7th grade with PowerTracks Pro, an old MIDI program my dad had on his PC. It was the best gift he ever got. I'm not sure where he got it from. It was like on some CD he found like at a yard sale. And it gave me a complete drum track with like 127 instruments and then 126 other instruments. I was playing around with the notes. It was really cool because just like reading music on the bars, I was able to press the pieces down and learn how to read through creation of music at the same time, learn all my spacing, timing. And I really produced drum and bass from the start. And I did some kind of like trance stuff. But yeah. I've been into drum and bass music.
Music praise!
Word junglist, massive. Yeah.
Hip-hop and drum and bass, my favorite, man. That's what keeps me going. Hip hop and drum and bass mixed together, baby.
Yes, thank you. It's just, yes, you take it's the elements of the beats and the DJ in its whole state. And turntables mixed into that, and then you have the other elements of hip hop that communication, where hip hop comes from, and dance and movement from b-boying, and the art of the graffiti. It's a wonderful concept. Yes, I've been into like real hip hop, African Bambaataa type stuff.
I'm all about KRS-One. I'm all about KRS-One. And what happened to him recently? What happened to KRS-One recently? The philosopher and the teacher.
What?
Hip hop. Yes. See, this is a big thing that we are going to go into, man. What we are going to go into the next few weeks. Now, here's what I challenge anybody that watches this, and for you, Nicholas, is after we get off, watch on my channel. About a few days ago now, I did a show on the almond break.
Right on.
How it can heal. And the copyright issues.
How it can heal?
Yes, because the almond break. Now listen, the almond break, every spacing and beat of the almond break, if you go in a up and down fashion, hits every chakra in our body.
Wow.
It's really cool. It's really cool. And you know what's funny? It was such a good show that I wasn't able to go into the whole healing aspect of the almond break during that show. It was just such a good show. I forgot. I should do another show. But it's really incredible how the creator of the almond break is now, like, his copyright is under another copyright. The drummer of the Winstons that created the almond break, he basically passed away homeless and broke.
Oh, I know. I heard about that.
This is how we're going to start fighting back. This is how us level-headed middle ground guys are going to be able to push back.
Right
and get somewhere with it. It really does. I think it comes down to, and I told you, murder of Lavoy Finicum last year, January 26th, the murder of Lavoy Finicum and the almond break. And I can prove a lot legally the way our system has been overspent, like we just talked about with Burning Man. How the money is going to be put into Burning Man now through the BLM, and that's the Bureau of Land Management. This year at Burning Man, there's going to be $1 million compound for the Bureau of Land Management, which is now a militarized force.
Wow.
So and like I said, I dropped you a link to look at that. Yeah, there's the way we can push back against the militarization of the police and some of the federal agencies. I can break it down to the almond break and the murder of Lavoy Finicum, okay? and we can go way, way, way far with all that stuff. Anyways,
you said you've made a video about this.
Yeah, it's the last video up on my on both of my channels that I've got.
Drop your channel. Watching. So
my main channel is the Aaron V Cox channel. And a lot of the testing that I've done, if you search my name in YouTube, you're going to see my channel at the top, and then anything else below that is all propaganda that's been written about me because of the way I've used my First Amendment right to help prove the murder of Lavoy Finicum. And the propaganda that's been put out about me, you'll see it, man. And the way you're supposed to see it right under my channel. It's a huge theory. It ties into how Google was tied into our 2008 candidacy or 2008 presidency.
Sure.
On how to suppress the truth and bring fake news into the forefront.
Yeah.
To divide and conquer, to confuse, to keep people downtrodden, to keep people at each other. Right now, what's happening?
Passive to everything. Just
absolutely. Some of these clashes we're going to see in the street comes down to the funding of both sides, the extreme left and the extreme right.
Yeah, well, I know about George Soros.
Yeah,
funding BLM and these pussy hats and everything else, but most likely the communists. Look, I lived in Oakland during the Occupy movement. I got to know about these communists out there, these black hat anarchists who aren't anarchists at all. They're the antithesis of what a true anarchist is supposed to be about in the non-aggression principle, because they're all about violence and creating chaos. Like, there's certainly some kind of awkward funding you would think coming from where these people are coming out. They were coming to Oakland from all over, and like I was in downtown Oakland talking to people doing a petition. I was doing the Gene Kwan recall. Okay, I am the guy who actually got that contract, which is kind of neat because it puts me in history. People recognize it. I have a few other things in my past. We'll talk about. Working on a recall, me and some of my people down there getting signatures. I have a video I'm going to upload to this channel soon from another channel. I'm starting to consolidate them all. I had an old activism channel. It's going to put all the old videos up on this channel, the commentary. But my guy was saying, like, no one from here is even from Oakland. I've just been out there asking every single person if they can sign to kick her out. They're all shipped in to make Oakland the center to do this. But why? When they had their own.
Well, let me kind of jump in right there. This morning,
I got all this money from the federal government for police. But go ahead.
Right. This morning in Las Vegas, there is right now still a peaceful protest. It's the first day of some very important land grab cases in Las Vegas federal court this morning. We had great patriots down there on the street, peaceful protesting, and then all of a sudden some anti-pope protesters show up, and they've got such smug smiles on their face when people start asking them questions about their signs. They go right in the middle of the peaceful protest.
Wow.
They've got patriots that are coming up to them and going, you even realize what your sign says? They don't answer. They got these smug smiles on their faces, like it doesn't matter how bad you yell at us. It doesn't matter what you ask. We're going to stand here with these smiles because we've already paid to be here. And that's the type of infiltration psychology of it and how propaganda can be used in a good way. And one of the big things I'm working on now with propaganda, okay, is I feel if we want to cut down on extreme terrorism, okay, we got to use propaganda, just like the propaganda is being hit at us, okay, beheading videos, everything like that. I'll tell you what, right now, if President Trump were to come out and say, we're thinking about a female draft, boy, oh boy, okay, we could talk about that on multiple faceted levels. Because if you know anything about extreme jihad, terrorism, I'm not talking about Muslims, okay? Right. Talking about the extremist. If they know a woman's coming after them with a gun, they're going to run, dude. So we almost do have to, in a sense, we're playing a fifth dimension chess game. We're playing a chess game on the fifth dimension to avoid civil war and extreme terrorism, because you got a 3-year-old son, right?
Yeah, civil war. I mean, just the Democrats and Republicans fighting each other in this country. You're right, man.
Correct.
It's a huge effort that I am battling, and I want to take it to the highest level with you, brother.
It's going to take a little propaganda and some creative, artistic. All right. Yeah. And I'm not about trying to trick people. It's how to present the truth in a way to where my side, I'm not an extreme right extremist. I think you and I are both kind of down the middle of the road, brother. We're kind of stuck in the middle.
Right.
It takes some artistic ability, some real artistic ability to show somebody the truth. Now, because, I mean, it doesn't matter what you stick in front of somebody's face. It's really hard to get somebody to want to go all the way to the White House and watch what's going on firsthand in Congress.
Sure.
And that's what I'm all about. I've been watching Congress. February 1st in Congress was a huge day. We had DOJ, IRS, DHS, the Peace Corps was all on a panel in front of Congress. And it was a huge day in Congress that nobody knows about.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's
do you write about this too?
I've got a WordPress. The WordPress is a little different. Yeah, WordPress is a little different. You'd have to go there, but
go on Steam it. I bet you pretty soon you're gonna like the platform and you're gonna like what it offers. Oh, that's Siri. I have this little timer thing. I have some time to talk. Yeah, man, I can't. You're doing so much research, and when I started today doing the live streams on Facebook, I just got to the point I realized I just now need to be so real with people, bring them the information more rapidly than I've been holding back. It's my unfortunate nature. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I've wanted to have all my T's crossed and I's dotted perfect before I just come out and share information. It's kept me from doing a lot. I think people everywhere suffer from that. Otherwise, why aren't people producing content now? We're in a crucial time where we all need to be producing content relevant to our age. Like you said, fifth dimensional war here, the zeitgeist of the times. We all need to get into the battle and know what the side of good is here against the side of evil, which is these tyrannical governments run amok, and controllers and these order followers who are culpable and working on behalf of these, terrorists in charge. These people down there in the government, behind, I'm not going to directly criticize the Trump administration because we haven't seen what he's done and what he's capable yet. But I mean, just look at Obama's administration. Everybody's basically sitting on the sidelines while all the worst stuff happens. No one takes action. And I mean, there's a few people that, said a few nice things here and there. I really like Tulsi Gabbard, what she just did going to Syria and exposing all that mess with ISIS. But, we, the people, need to be our own media and do more than our politicians will ever do. And that's what my message is about, and connecting with people like you that are doing research and coming up with innovative ideas to engage people, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And together we will make a powerful force. And there's a few other people I look to bring it into the platform here. It's all about these live videos on YouTube and Facebook. And shoot, you know any other platforms that offer like live video streaming?
Well, and I'll tell you this, Kay. My goal is to see YouTube and Facebook shut down because they've been funded to divide us.
Yeah, I know. We got to get into the matrix to fight and pull people out, though. I have some great alternatives.
The front lines right now are on Facebook.
Yeah.
You want to really make a dent, you got to know how to put things on Facebook. And I will tell you, the left side is coordinating through secret groups on Facebook where there are 20,000 people per group to, like, Portland. Portland, Oregon has a group, the Portland Resistance, through Facebook, 20,000 members, and that's how they are coordinating to rally and protest.
Right. Probably.
And that coordination, see, that's where there should be healthy debate.
Yeah, absolutely.
I went last night on the Portland Resistance page on Facebook and saw how they were talking, how the J20 crew was involved in getting immunity from this group. You get arrested. The J20 group was the group that were supposedly going to light off the stink bombs at the inaugural ball. Okay. This group, I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt that we want peaceful protest and no one gets hurt. That's why you and I are coming at it. Yeah, that's why you and I are coming at this like we want to avoid civil war, number one, and people not to get hurt and hurt each other along the way. Peaceful protest.
You're right. And that's
militarization of the police should be key number one right now.
Absolutely.
You want to protest, you go out to Standing Rock and you learn how to protest.
Thank you. That's where
you get caught doing violence at a protest. Get your ass shipped to Standing Rock and learn what a protest is all about.
Right on.
And I've got a theory on how Standing Rock, the existing pipeline at Standing Rock, can be used for hydro and thorium. We've got an opportunity right now. If we were really technologically in the now, we would do thorium right now because we have thorium in the United States, and no one knows that.
Okay, and I don't know what thorium is, so enlighten me.
Perfect. You can basically, we've got enough thorium in the United States on, I think, 1,600 acres in between Montana and Washington. We've got enough thorium in mines right now that hasn't been touched that it can bring us all up for 1,000 years. 9 ounces, I believe, of thorium will run a car for 100 years.
Wow. Well, that's really interesting information. I totally concede to new technological advances. I'm certain that there is so much out there. Of course, the government does not want us to have free energy technology or these like magnet, machine engines. And even just, I was talking with a guy the other day. This other partner is going to be joining with me. I hope to introduce you in the future. He and I were talking about wind energy, the fake green movement. And I just brought up this very relevant point that people need to understand. All the wind turbines today that we see, that it's spinning like this, they're spinning on a two-dimensional axis when since the times of Egypt, they have known and beforehand of actual three-dimensional turbines that collect air from all directions. They use them to water crops. And so they're putting all these resources into solutions that don't work. It's like Al Gore saying we need to sustainably use oil at his major conference. I knew it was all rigged because they don't even talk about legalizing industrial hemp. And I believe you, and I think that is beautiful. Those northern states, by the way, have all of the ballot mechanisms that a constitutional amendment, or it would take statutory law, really, simple statutory ballot mechanism, an initiative, or citizen grand jury, if needed, could be used to make sure that the state can have access to, allocate this thorium in a way that's suitable to help their sovereignty. You know?
Yes, and it's less radioactive. It's on the periodical chart, I believe, under uranium. So it's less radioactive.
So some kind of almost like a radioactive or nuclear engine.
Like radioactive with less waste that cannot be used for warfare. Okay.
Well,
now the reason
I need to ask now, because we'll have to have other videos going on other topics, but just because you're on the subject, thorium is very interesting. I'm enthralled. Tell us exactly how this works. You know, where do people find out about this?
Love to. Yes. Okay. So Standing Rock, perfect scenario. We've got existing pipeline. You've got water. The generation off the thorium needs water cooling. The waste of thorium is you can't make weapons out of it. The reason why thorium didn't win over uranium, I believe in the 1940s, there was a standoff. What do? Do we go uranium or do we go thorium? The only reason why we went to uranium is because the waste can be used for weapons.
Oh my God.
Okay, so therefore...
So thorium is like a little more natural, maybe? It doesn't create this nuclear waste like you get from uranium? Is that the case?
Correct. Yes, correct. Yes. And there's videos on it. You just go into YouTube and search uses of thorium or thorium energy. Okay, now listen. So right now we've got existing pipeline that hasn't had oil put through it yet. It's Standing Rock.
Right.
If that was used in conjunction with the water, that's what you need to cool the thorium. Now, the thorium, wind, water, solar, all together at Standing Rock, they're already partially set up. Cap the damn oil, or here's the thing about the oil. I believe that we need the oil rerouted, the lines rerouted, get them away from water.
Right.
Get them away, but we need the oil right now for a while to get out of debt. Either that or shut down the NFL, shut down the CIA, shut down all this shit, right? If you want to get out of debt, it's either oil or take care of all the overspending. Anyways, the natural cooling for the thorium, the generators are simple. To generate off of thorium is really simple. It's not hard. The only reason why I didn't win back in the 40s is because you can't use the waste for weapons.
Wow. Well, on that note, we'll definitely have to follow up because we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
In short, I want to tell anyone watching this video, subscribe to this channel for more links. You'll definitely hear more from Aaron Cox on this channel. Aaron V Cox is his channel. And I just want to point out one last thing. So we have a similar situation in Arizona, like how you're expressing we need to take over the pipeline in Standing Rock. We have a similar situation in this state to take over a future facility by Monsanto that I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on this channel about Monsanto and GMO soon because I'm attacking this issue head on. As one of the key activists now linked with all the top people in the state. I just got all the contacts of nearly every organic farmer in the Green Valley and Tucson area that's going to be against this, and vendor, like the farmers markets people. Because what they're building is the exclusive now world premiere facility, 7 acres that makes up for 150 acres.
Okay.
And it's like a high tech. I almost like to use the analogy like how Zeitgeist Project promotes their automated, farming of the future. They're trying to do this for GMO seed production. And if that facility was taken over and used for organic food, my gosh, we would have so much value. And I was debating my anarchist friend the other day, Danny Quest. He's going to be working with me. You should check out what he does. He worked for We Are Change for a while. In respect to the non-aggression principle, it's going to be a future video. It's very interesting. But one of the points he liked when I was saying, no, this is actually something that's good. This doesn't violate the non-aggression principle. So when I told him, look, if those order followers who are the ones with the guns, the military, the police, actually, the sheriffs, if they have to by law now follow orders that are on behalf of the actual people, not the corporate government that they've been following for long, the role of an order follower is not a negative thing. You almost need that if we're going to have consensus on stopping a tyrannical corporation that's literally threatening every single pollinator in your state and going to make your whole state dependent on imported GMOs from somewhere else. You know, should they succeed in their depopulation, you know, agenda? It was a great conversation. I'm going to be doing videos with him too and bring him into the fold with you and I. And like other activists that you'll bring onto your channel, it's all about us decentralizing activism, becoming our own media. And I hope the viewers get this, because I want you, the viewer, to also do what Danny and Aaron and I and others that will be on this channel are doing, which is being our media, researching, investigating, coming up with solutions, remaining optimistic, existing outside of just the three-dimensional world, having hope and aspiration and knowledge of our true solutions right here at hand, and sharing that knowledge with others, because unless the world hears from you and I and the rest of us about the solutions, people are still at the whim of the mainstream media and the propaganda. So on that note, we'll talk again soon with Aaron. He made a very important point that we need to become our own propaganda in the last video. Subscribe to this channel now for more from Aaron and this topic of thorium and Standing Rock. We will catch you soon. Thanks for watching.